What kind of China have you seen? 9.60 million square kilometers, or 3 million square kilometers of surgery. It is the world where the seasons revolve, where ice and fire, get off the ground like a bird, rise to the sky. The results are beyond your imagination. Go to places that are usually inaccessible. See the wonders of the sky. Overlooking this land that gets a long day and night, even the most familiar scene has changed. From the world around you to your distant home. From physical geography to human history. 50 million journey. An unprecedented experience. From now on, you fly with us. Hebei is located in North China, the only mountainous basin in China with a plateau plain. Desert Hilly Lake Coastal Province. Let's visit first a dragon poised by the sea, and then visit several other treasures in the Great Wall Museum. Discover the ambition of an emperor in a mountain villa. Experience a journey to the Central Plains in the former royal hunting garden. Among the many famous mountains in China, the length, height, and scenery of Yanshan are not special. But Yanshan is destined to be extraordinary. Yanshan Mountain lies in the northern part of Hebei. It's the boundary between the highlands and the plains, the third from northeast to North China. Block. It is the natural way of thinking for Yanshan to protect North China. The Great Wall is an extension of this approach. The old dragon wall on the shores of the Bahai Sea. The most special carol. Great Wall. Only here is the sea. Kinhuangda Mountain Customs District, where Laolong Tree is located, guarding the traffic artery from northeast China to North China. The Ming Dynasty has been operating here for more than 260 years. 10 passes were built successively, form a north-south chain of defense. The Old Dragon is the southern starting point of this line of defense. He carried the Great Wall into the sea. The location of the Great Wall emphasizes the use of natural hazards. The Old Dragon by the sea is almost safe to go. True, it's an exception. 3 passes more than 10 kilometers away is an example. Sandaguang Great Wall dominates the valley. The slope of the mountain is around 50 or 60 degrees. Some places are even close to 90 degrees. It's hard to even stand still. Such a dangerous place that is easy to defend and difficult to attack. Obviously, with the rich cliffs, you can sleep without worry. They went to great lengths to repair the Great Wall. As the backline of Shanghai Guan, a strategic place, the 3 levels are not guaranteed. It's foolproof. Continuity is the guarantee of the defensive function of the Great Wall. Never wanted to stop abruptly. It can also be a way to protect the Great Wall. This is not an island. It was an enemy tower on the wall. Panjiakou Reservoir, located in the middle reaches of Luan River in the eastern section of Yanshan. It is the source of the project to lead Luan into Beijing. In 1976, the reservoir was filled with water. Parts of the Great Wall on both sides have been submerged since then. The former ambition and danger. Sacrifice to solve Tianjin's water shortage. It also creates a unique landscape of the underwater Great Wall. Genius is slightly bright. The best photography spots on the Great Wall in Jinshanling. It's full. Great Wall. Jinshan Daksu. Not a false reputation. Although, the earliest Great Wall dates back more than 2,000 years. But it was not until the Ming Dynasty moved the capital to Beijing, Great Wall. Only then can it truly become a strategic project of a dynasty. So the strongest, most luxurious, and most beautiful Great Wall. Many are meandering on Yanshan Mountain. The Qing army broke through the Shanhai Guan, win the Central Plains. The Great Wall has lost the meaning of its line of defense. Smoke from wolves on the Great Wall. Smoke rises at the foot of the Great Wall. Immigrants from all over the world are coming. What was once a battlefield became a home. The year is approaching. For the flower artists in Guimen Village, Shanghai, the busiest time of the year is approaching. Huanhua originates from Shandong. Follow the pioneers to the hinterland of Yanshan Mountain. 300 years ago, in the struggling rotation of Shandong immigrants, people who have left their hometowns pray together for good weather. Thank them. After all, the other country became home. Cheng's land not only attracted pioneers, it also attracted a generation of emperors. Emperor Kangxi is here, thinking about how to make Mulan Qiyu look more public. Mulan is Manchu. It means deer hunting. Obviously, Chinese, especially autumn hunting. Mulan Qiuxian was an autumn hunting activity of the Qing Dynasty royal family. It's been going on for over 140 years. Each time the hunting army is more than 10,000 people. The royal hunt is a little more grand and understandable. But it's so loud. It's no longer just entertainment. Offer the army the opportunity for practical exercises. Give the soldiers confidence. Let the opponent fear. You can get more at one stroke. The autumn hunting of the Qing dynasty royal family took more than 20 days at every turn. A makeshift tent. In the end, it is not as comfortable as a fixed palace. Most people only know summer resort. In fact, in today's Qing municipal district, there are nearly 20 Qing dynasty royal palaces, but others are temporary places to rest. Only summer resorts are available for long-term residents. Obviously a royal palace, but it is called the villa. Revilla people, friendly idea. But only names are close to the people. The palace water town mountain plain in the villa is distributed by terrain. Just north of the villa is a plateau. This is a condensed view of a country, and the territory in Kangshi's heart is far more than that. More than 300 years have passed. Mountain Resort has truly become a people-friendly park. Chang citizens can also apply for an annual pass. Take a walk in the former royal palace at any time. The imperial autumn hunting grounds of the Qing dynasty were called Mulan paddocks. According to the topography and the distribution of animals, Mulan paddock is divided into 72 circles. At least 5 of them are surrounded by today's Dewangi Township. It is said that deer are timid and alert animals, but the deer here are an exception. Big guys aren't afraid of our robots. The little guy is just dazed. This is just more curious to step back and look back. The ancestors have to work hard, survive in the royal hunting grounds. And today, they, relying on natural cuteness, you can become the spokesperson of characteristic tourism. Nature is very different. Bahai Coast, an artificial river once eclipsed the sea. A century-old industrial town, come alive in a young land. The northernmost point of the coastline, it is a hub for creativity and a sense of humor. This delicate curve, it is an alternative landmark left to Kangzhi by the Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal. Over 40 years ago, the Kangzhi section of the canal has stopped flowing. The news of man-made restoration of the canal landscape once made Kangzhi people run and tell each other. Kangzhi is the city through which the Grand Canal flows the longest. The north and south Wenchang, the hometown of water transportation, third acrobatics, and the hometown of martial arts. The wonders of the past and the fame of today. It's all about the Grand Canal. Over time, people ignore. Kangzhi was originally a coastal city. When the canal is silent, this city has 130 kilometers of coastline. It's time to face the ocean. Crossing the Bahai Bay, fly to Tangshan. The big earthquake in 1976 almost destroyed the entire Tangshan. This unyielding city, but at an amazing speed, completed from reconstruction to rapid development. along a route less than 4 kilometers. You can travel through 100 years to see Tangshan clearly. The place where the memorial wall for the victims of the Great Earthquake stands, it belongs to the former Tangshan locomotive and depot factory. Its predecessor was the earliest railway factory in China. During a major earthquake, 90% of the factory's buildings were razed to the ground. But on the 14th day after the earthquake, a diesel locomotive was urgently repaired. Now the most well-known Tangshan manufacturing. Its harmony and revival. Behind the ruins of the factory, a train slowly heads north along the Changshu Railway. This railway is only occasionally passed by trains. It was built by China. First standard gauge railway. The earthquake resumed operations in less than a month. Stick to the post so far. These are the stubbornness of this city. The northern starting point of the Tangshu Railway is in Kailuan Coal Mine. Kailuan Coal Mine. It is the earliest mechanized coal mining mine in China. In 1881, the Kailuan Coal Mine went into full operation. Production has increased nearly 70-fold in 8 years. The sharp increase in coal production, it gave birth to railroads, ports and cities. The rotating sky wheel on the derrick gave this city confidence countless times. Even in the face of resource bottlenecks and tremendous pressure for transformation. How to deal with it? On a sand island of 4 square kilometers. Artificial field blowing. The island rapidly expanded dozens of times for Tangshan to paint the appearance of the city of the future. More than 370 various types of docks can be built along the coast. The factory is located behind or next to the pier. Raw material from the sea goes directly into the factory. Products are directly shipped to sea. Compact front and backyard. It is the model of Kayofadian industrial zone. It is also the dream of large steel and petrochemical companies. Freighters arrive at the port one after another. The docks are still growing. Tangshan's powerful industrial chains continue and upgrade here. With the opening of the railway between Tangshan and Shanhaiguan, back in the late 19th century, Kunhuandao Beidaihao, it is already a famous summer holy place. But as soon as autumn enters, the seaside of Kunhuandao will soon be deserted. Keep people warm when the weather cools down. This requires some alternative solutions. So there is a library facing the sea. An art gallery hidden under the dunes. Kunhuandao combines poetic creativity and a sense of humor, swaying by the sea. No longer hot, but still charming. Get out from under the grape trellis, straight to the warm embrace of the mountains. After taste the heart-wrenching history, waiting for fleeting beauty. In a village of mediocre seniority and mediocre appearance, harvest the greatest touching. Flying over northwest Hebei Province, Shuanhua ancient city, it's hard not to get caught up in these giant green funnels. Get closer. Just change the angle. So there were grapes hanging from the funnel. years ago, Shuanhua is dignitaries. In this way, it takes up very little space. Grapes that are still exotic fruits, turned into a giant potted plant in my yard. Practical viewing, leisure and cooling without delay. The top area of a grape rack is about 150 square meters. But the work of watering and fertilizing, it only needs about 33 square meters where the grape roots are concentrated in the round table of time, energy, water. Nothing is wasted. Leaving Shuanhua Basin at the intersection of Yanshan and Taihang Mountains, all the way south, enter the territory of the Taihang Mountains. Mount Shaowatai at an altitude of 2,882 meters. It's the highest mountain in Hebei. It is also the main peak of Taihang Mountain. Taihang Mountain is not too high, but we used to saying too much. Taihang Mountain is not too long either, but we always emphasize that 800 miles is too far. For the Chinese, Taihang Mountain is a unique existence. From ancient mythology to the origin of civilization, until the founding of New China, Taihang Mountain has never been absent. This late autumn snow, independent practice on the top of Hebei. The south side of Shaowatai Mountain, Chashan, which is only 360 meters lower than him. I didn't even get my shoulders wet. Later than the windmill, what attracted our attention was Chashan village. Change angle. To better understand this mountain village with the highest altitude in Hebei. A rare gentle slope platform in the mountains, plus the ridges on the east and west sides of the main peak of the T mountain behind it. Chashan village is so comfortable, hidden in a huge sofa. Unlimited scenery on the dangerous peak. Just only, what never misses a sight is the flock of sheep. Amazing grip and balance. Make them disdain to go the ordinary way. Up the hill at a 50-degree angle. Experience a wilderness survival in a thorny place. People come here. I didn't want to go down the beaten path. The calm is puzzled by the stubbornness of man and sheep. Bask in the sun on the flat, soft grass. Is it bad to see the scenery? Waterman Chashan is beautiful. If not a hiker, without the internet, this graceful winding mountain ride, it may have been meandering quietly in the Taihang Mountains. People in the mountains revel in the practicality of rides, to the point of neglecting the aesthetic pleasure it brings. This 13-kilometer Changshi Plevel Highway, connecting 14 villages in Shijizai Township, then at the junction of Shaanxi and Hebei, connect with another highway of the same level in Shaanxi. And there was asphalt. Villages along the route, no need to worry about the purchase of production and living materials, and outbound transportation of agricultural and sideline products. Neither the year is approaching. It's not the slack season either, but the villagers of Hyagu village are taking all the time. Renovate and beautify your house. As a national key village for rural tourism poverty alleviation, the reception capacity naturally cannot be held back. From any angle of the village, you can see a bridge between the mountains. This is the 1,121-meter-long bridge, Taikan, Haigu Village, on a major traffic artery that connects east and west, inspired him to become green and gray, for the dream of gold and silver mountains. Leaning on Taihang Mountain, looking at the Huchua River, a sunny hill, a quiet village. But over 70 years ago, here used to be Central Committee of the Communist Party of China and the headquarters of the Chinese People's Liberation Army. Shaibaipo, less than 200 meters above sea level, it is a rare basin deep in the Taihang Mountains. The beach is rich. Jikuang Liangfan, strong guarantee. It's surrounded by mountains on three sides, one side facing the water, attack and defend freely. The unique geography has made Shaibaipo once brilliant. The vigorous land reform movement in the liberated areas start here. The instructions for the three major battles are sent from here and draw a grand blueprint for a new China. Determine the major policies of New China. The second plenary session of the 7th Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, held here. New China emerged from here. Many people get up early to get cold, touch high and climb low, just for a fleeting splendor. The most gorgeous Zhangshi, only at sunrise. More often, Zhangxian is this comrade. After a volcanic eruption 1.8 billion years ago, only after the baptism of the ocean 1.4 billion years ago, the so-called Chibi Daonya. There is also an enhanced version of the same Bailey Chibi. Daonya Longwall. A longwall ends more than 20 kilometers away. It goes on and on. That's Zhangxian, the unique beauty that distinguishes it from other Dangsha landforms. lines are arbitrary. Cold time. This is an abstract painting of Taihang mountain temperament. The Han terraces in front of me use stone as inkstone. It took more than 700 years to get to the scale it is today. Wangjing Zhuang under the clouds. Stone houses, stone roads, stone bridges, stone mills, villages made of stone. Not uncommon in Taihang mountains. In Wangjing Zhuang, after the autumn harvest does not mean that winter is coming soon. Inspection and repair experiments are essential. There are many stones in Taihang mountain. The soil layer is very thin. Wangjing is no exception. Although the stone is thick and the soil is thick, but the first settlers 700 years ago all choose to settle here and figured out a way to deal with it. Protect precious soil with stones. Little by little, the living terraces are enclosed layer by layer. Abandoned stone for wear. Judo narrator. With the wisdom of relying on the mountain to eat the mountain, and Yugong's perseverance in moving mountains, the barren and isolated mountains can also be endless. Eastern foot of Taihang Mountain, West North China Plain. There used to be a civilization corridor rich in ancient capitals. Handan, the capital of Zhao, is on this corridor. Zhao Wangqing ruins, the location of the palace of Zhao. Two of the 7 heroes in the Warring States period. It was the glorious past of Yanzhang. Since then, different from the wind of Yanzhang in the Longshan, Qilin, and Jiangnan of the Central Plains, it became increasingly clear. Elegy, both strong and romantic. In the long river of history, from time to time, there are moving ripples. The journey to the plains begins with a century-old ferry. Looking forward to a 1,000-year plan in the quiet frog shop. Looking forward to a tale of 2 cities in the bright fireworks. Here it is. There is only one Shaobai River between Hebei and Beijing. On the side with more houses is Yinjia Village, Tangshi District, Beijing. On the other side is Wandiongji Village, Xiangai County, Hebei Province. The closest route between the 2 villages is naturally the waterway. Even with cars, people are still not willing to look far. Cross the river all the way west. You can experience the race against time in Beijing. The ferry on the river is always in a hurry. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to cross the river once, just like 100 years ago. The end of time. Finally, it extends to the vicinity of the ferry. Not far upstream, the Capital Ring Expressway has been opened to traffic. Capital Ring Expressway. Popular but less accurate name is Beijing's 7th Ring Road. Unlike the previous 6 loops, 95% of the road sections of the 7th Ring Road were in Hebei. more than 10 counties and cities in Hebei, connected with Beijing and Tianjin. The accelerated formation of the economic circle around the capital. Other cities along the route become a Beijing Industrial Technology Fund, the first choice for the spillover of talent and other resources. Promote the coordinated development of Beijing, Tianjin and Hebei. The coordinated development of Beijing Tianjin Hebei is a major national strategy. Establish Zhonggan New Area. It is to further promote the coordinated development of Beijing Tianjin Hebei, the deployment of major decisions. The construction of Zhonggan Railway Station is in full swing. It's Zhonggan New Area, the first major transportation construction project to start construction. Zhonggan Railway Station. It not only provides support for the construction of Zhonggan New Area, it is also a microcosm of the future Zhonggan. 5G cloud computing, Internet of Things, big data person. The latest technological achievements of artificial intelligence. Zhonggan Railway Station will be create a future proof concept, intelligent transportation hub. Zhonggan. It is a representative of the development direction of the world cities. City of the future. What does the smart city Zhonggan look like? There is still a lot of room for imagination. The core of Zhonggan, an ecological city. It is the ancient and young Baiyangdian. Baiyangdian is the thought left to Hebei by the ancient Yellow River. At that time, the Yellow River came from the west, rushing through a shallow depression. Some river water and sediment are trapped. They form small, isolated pits. The shaping of nature plus the transformation of humans. These dips form a whole freshwater lake. This area affects the climate of the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region and the ecological balance of fresh water in North China. It is related to the high-quality development of the city of the future. As soon as the Spring Festival arrives in recent years, Zhengding Ancient City has become the most lively place in Shijiazhuang. Dozens of folk activities fill the day. A well-dressed ancient city at night. In the moments of Shijiazhuang people. The highlight is the electronic fireworks display. Every electronic fireworks show in the ancient city, there are tens of thousands of live viewers. Because Zhengding Ancient City, Shijiazhuang has now lost that the taste of the year is getting weaker and weaker. Urban planning that integrates the ancient city with the old city. It is shaping a Shijiazhuang with a 1,000-year-old context. This is a route full of surprises. Meet the Yakin Hongsongwa. Experience speed and passion in Layer Shanggu. Frozen on the Dam has begun rehearsals. The dam suddenly rose at the end of the plain north of Hebei. It's a line of mountains from east to west. Step up to the plateau. Bashang Plateau Hebei Suta Place. He responded with 1,000 styles. Hongsongwai is located in the eastern part of the Bashang Plateau. Encounter a yak on the plateau. That sounds like a normal thing to do. But here it's the opposite. Yak's Lakat. It is an alpine region about 3 kilometers above sea level, and the red pine frog has the highest altitude. It's only 2 kilometers. Yaks are new immigrants actively introduced by red pine frogs. In 1979, they came all the way from Qinghai. 40 years have passed. The number of family members has increased from 260 to over 4,000. These new immigrants, with a strong physique and a strong run, giving back to the hospitality of the Bashang Plateau. The yaks in Hongsongwai are free range. 750 square kilometers of plantation in Saihanba, but it was well bred. Saihan is Mongolian. It means beautiful. Saihanba can be understood as a beautiful mountain range. Land reclamation and logging that began in the late Qin dynasty let this beautiful mountain once become a wasteland. In 1962, it was mobilized from across the country. The average age of the afforestation army is less than 24 years old. Enter Saihanba. 140 out of 369. It was an extremely rare college graduate at that time. The main force of Saihanba today, it's another group of 20-somethings. Many of them were born in Saihanba. Lin Xiandai grew up in Saihanba. 3 generations of folk forest man relay, created from a tree, to the legend of the world's largest plantation. Created a Chinese ecological sample that amazes the world. The Bashang Plateau is not just about the wind blowing the grass and seeing the cattle and sheep. You can also see big beads and small beads falling on the jade plate. It is this quirk of science that spreads poetry on the ground. In fact, this remote place, it has long been the home of the Iron Man. From planting to watering and fertilizing, to harvest and pack, Iron Man in different shapes takes turns. Created a potato yield per year from 500 kilograms to a brilliant record of 3,500 kilograms. Bashang Plateau South High North Low. North flat and open. Only in the south can there be such valleys and mountains. Boulders fall from the sky in this ditch, shaped like soles of feet, hence the name Liushanggu. Liushanggu is famous in the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei off-road circle. Natural ramps of various difficulty levels fully meet the different needs from Kenya to Master. Even from a long distance, it can also be seen that some riders are particularly short in stature. It turns out that the second generation of you has already come here to try his skills. UA generation, the challenging ramp is naturally longer and steeper. A slope of nearly 40 degrees. The road is covered with gravel and deep trenches. This is Hayohanpo. Facing such a ramp, I don't have the guts of a hero. I don't even have the courage to set out. This is the closest man to the top of the slope. Caught off guard, two nervous pilots completed an embarrassing overtake. Look back in a hurry. See the rider who surpasses himself. I have begun to experience the pride of looking down on the world. Although Heiou is only 1,700 meters above sea level. Unique worship of terrain and climate. It's where the ice heroes come in. In 1996, Changli had its first ski resort. Because this is a sport that is not yet popular in the country, Changli has become a fashionable place. In 2015, Beijing joined hands with Zhangjiakou, obtained the right to host the 24th Winter Olympics. Changli has become a hot topic pursued by the media. 24th Olympic Winter Games set up 3 divisions in Zhangjiakou, Yanqing, Beijing. Zhangjiakou Resort is located in Changli. There will be 2 major projects and 6 sub-projects, 50 events. Since the successful bid for the Olympic Winter Games, Changli's fiscal revenue is growing rapidly. Among the local 126,000, more than 30,000, directly or indirectly serving the ice and snow industry. Aerial skills track at the end of 2019. U-shaped venue skills track and other 6 professional tracks for Winter Olympic Games take the lead in completing the transformation. Immediately, 9 national teams were stationed in Changli. Start preparing for the Olympics. Winter 2022. There will be 51 Olympic Winter Games gold medals in Changli. Winter 2022. Changli will become the focus of much attention. Through the jungle world, we will see a more open and three-dimensional China.